Shalom Israel, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahak Wadash, belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of the earth. Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, which is where we're at. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And the woman was, and we know this is talking about back then, and she was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out his mouth waters of flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. We know this is talking about we fled into Africa, away from the Roman Empire. You know, and just on verse 12, he knoweth he had but a short time. That's these Edomites. They know that they can see that their empire is starting to fade, even though the technology is still, you know, going. They still have their sorcerers and cunning artificers. This technology is still coming, but if you just look at what just happened, which they're talking about 47 million people still haven't received their tax returns. We just saw Elon and Trump, you know, divisions between them. After, you know, just a couple months after they jumped on TV together to basically do a takeover of the government. All right, the king of Babylon. They just cut Job Corps around the nation. They just cut them, and that's a place where Jake likes to go, because they'll basically give you a residence there, and you can go and become a part of the workforce, which a lot of times, you know, Jake being there bullshitting. But nevertheless, they cut that, and then now they're doing the budgets for everything. So somewhere in there, there's a disagreement on, this is how we need to move. This is how we need to bring things back. And we already know the answer. Things are never going to be brought back. You cannot go back. You can't go back a generation or two. You can't return the days of old. All right, one generation passeth and another comes forth. That's just how it goes. You Edomites had your time in the sun. You had your fun and the roaring, you know, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. You had that time, right? Where you could chase Jake around with the big steel pickup truck, and you could still get away with lynching niggas, and the patriarchy was fully respected worldwide. Now your patriarchy ain't shit. All right, and we know at the end of the Roman Empire, because it was what, the Domitian, Titus, and Vespasian. And then shortly after was the Holy Roman Empire. All right, you had the 3 heads, because it was multiple triumvirates, but the scriptures mentions 2 particular ones. Which the last one being Domitian, Titus, and Vespasian. And of course, you had the 12 feathers, the different Caesars, the contrary feathers. All right, but now we're in this time, which, again, we use this, you know, we qualify this to now, but this whole event, verse 12, verse 13, verse 14, this is something that's all happening, that already happened. But then in verse 15, it said, the serpent cast out his mouth waters of flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which is the elect, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. So we apply we apply certain things to today, which Revelation jumps forward and backwards. Esau went down for that 1,000-year period. Now they're back up, but now that time is it's almost over. You guys aren't respected in the world anymore. Talking about black fatigue, nigga. Everybody has a fatigue. First off, we definitely have a fatigue of the wicked amongst our people, but you being the chief of the wicked, nigga, we're fatigued of you. The scriptures say he was given power to wear out the saints. Nigga, the ultimate fatigue is from your ass. Setting a fucking black woman up, dropping off weapons to these niggas and giving them an easy bail system so they could jump right the fuck out again. All right, all these scams and schemes, and scriptures say when the wicked is in power, the vilest men are exalted. Don't try to rebuke your followers, nigga. These are your people. These are people who ran up in a lot of these niggas, these gangbangers, and they ran up in the Masonic temple, and they're into witchcraft and all kind of shit. And they use these different things to bring terror and to get into the spirit of Egypt. All right, we're going to see, man, I can't wait to see all these different things, man. All the different little slick shit, Psalm 64. I can't wait to see all the hidden counsels and the secret sellouts and bro, man, I can't wait to, I just want to see it all play out. Like, wow. Because you see the magnitude of the Lord. You see it anyway. But just seeing, the small details, in the kingdom, we're going to see all of that. All right, everything is going to come to the light. But this is Psalms 124, precept for those waters. Because if you notice, the environment has shifted from that, which is still Babylon. It's two, we always bring it out. It's two horns. These two parties. First, these Edomites go left, and then they go right. No, it was their fault. It was their fault. And y'all both fucking wrong. But I was watching this one, and this is basically the world environment, man. You have to be a soldier. They're about to lock this place down very shortly. What was the report I read? Campbell Soup said sales were up 15%. Prostitution's up. And the Ghillie Sniper World Championships. There's another one I was watching too. They were talking about tactics for kicking the door in. And basically, you seen a lot of these little right-winged themes on YouTube being promoted. Versus, Biden was in there. They was promoting a lot of this all in this together, bullshit with the black woman being the, number 2 under Issa, that narrative. Now the narrative is completely changed. And y'all Edomites anyway. We're coming unto those times of Isaiah 4:1. This is Psalms 124:1. It says, if a song of degrees of David, if it had not been of the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, which that's about to happen. Through much tribulation shall the elect enter into the kingdom. It's going to be tribulation. This ain't for to be no Smooth sailing. Like it says, men are going to rise up against us. Then they had swallowed us up quick when the wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Like it talked about the dragon, the waters, which that represents his military, his deception. Blessed, then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord who hath not given us prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we are escaped. And if you notice, every time it talks about the wicked, they have some form of snare, deception, fraudulence. Right? And the woman too. Say what? Her thoughts are, her hands are as bands. So her ways are snares and nets. That's why they help these niggas. So then they could come back later. Okay, they done tore up the neighborhood. Okay, we're gonna get them to fuck up off the street. Like they did that in LA. They did the RICO on the 60s. And then, they want to have I think the Olympics is gonna come there. So they're trying to clean up the streets. These Edomites do that too. They'll let the gangs go to war with each other. The police will sit back, watch, tap the phones. They'll have their people come in and sell drugs to one side, and okay, they're getting kind of big, so we're gonna sell them to the other side and drop these guns off, and then when y'all get done just shooting up each other, killing each other, tearing up shit, because nobody want to come and do any kind of home services for you, then we'll come in and we'll buy everything up, fix it, and gentrify your ass and send you somewhere else. I had Jake complaining, man, it was gentrification. Yeah. Was it Brooklyn? Shit, Chicago, LA. Yeah. These people have sought to trip you up, and they're clever. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. So you better be calling on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect. Teaching out teaching the scriptures, risking your life to do so. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. And right now, because Nahum 3 and verse 2, or verse 1 really through, all the way down. But the point of the military stuff in verse 1 through 3, matter of fact, I'm going to read it. Woe to the bloody city is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The prey is you Israelites. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. Right, these different weapons, these different military vehicles, the noise of the whip, the rattling of the wheels, that's your tanks, that's your Humvees. And there's verse 3, there's a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none of their corpses, they stumble upon their corpses. And you best believe these Edomites are training right now. All right, especially if you in the martial arts world, you watching them. That's why they do this training. They do this training so they want to know how to take out Jake. They want to know how to get around your power, your speed, and then ultimately just have to be able to deal with soft targets, women and children, who can easily be funneled into these different encampments, because that's a part of Project 2025. They want to have encampments. They want to get rid of homeless off the streets. And this man, he's such a piece of shit. They'll play money games and bring down shit and Oh, well, the economy's coming back up. Well, no, it's back down, and there's no more jobs. They'll play these type of games, and then they'll take away from. Okay, we're gonna take away from food stamps, food assistance, rent assistance, all these different things that people are used to. We're gonna bring prices up, even though these companies know how to get around the tariffs in certain ways, and they still, even with the tariffs, they still making a great profit. But just to bring you down, just to oppress you, we're going to do all these different things. That's why we need the kingdom. And that's why this is all temporal, man. The lust of the eyes. You see, oh my God, this is so good. It's the lust of the eyes, man. So, man, let's continue to watch as well as to pray to the right name and to speak with the correct doctrine. Call Layum Laya Hawba Shemal Shai. Shalom to the elect.